Hello survivors, welcome to another video. This is going to be a video basically looking at the Earl stockpile thing. It's the roadmap that pops up now every 6 hours for an hour and a half. It's been up for 4 minutes on mine, as you can see. We'll just go straight into it, the little hilltop logo. And it's just a six stage roadmap, and it gives you a few tokens for completion of stages. I think it's like 75 per stage or something like that, and then 275 for the complete of the entire thing. It doesn't take much to get this done. The requirements for the teams are not that high. I'm going to just run through it quickly with just... No, I won't use any faction mates, and we'll just quickly blitz through this. So basically you're going to gather tokens over the course of 6 days, I think it was in total. It's obviously coming down now. And you get 9,500 tokens, gets you 1 pull at the stockpile pull in the, I think it's just in the pulls section. And that gets you a guaranteed 4-star weapon, or the potential for a 5-star character. Not the greatest chance, but any chance is good, especially if it's a free chance. There is one nice character in there, I think. It's the older Carl. It's quite a nice, decent AoE. I mean, it's not a premium character, but it's a decent character. They all do decently on survival roads. So if you get a 5-star, it's nice for level up, and it's nice for survival road. The other ones in there are Earl and a younger version of Carl. I think the Carl that's in there is actually a Carl that was recently premium. But as you can see, you get stockpile tokens for each stage you do as well. And I've got between, I think, 10. I think you're guaranteed stockpile tokens every single time you do the stage as well. And I've got between 10 and 100. Now I've seen people writing that they've got 1,000. Not so sure about this, if I'm honest. But hey, you never know. I'm gonna just use teammate this one. That's another human stage. The human stages are the best stages to farm, just because, as you can see, you can complete a human stage in like one go. That took 1 turn, whereas a zombie stage or a walker stage, unless you've got all ranged characters, I mean, even if you've got all ranged characters, you're not going to be able to get headshots on every single one, because there's generally 8 to 12, and it's going to take at least two turns, if not 3. So, like, and especially if you've got AoE characters, like, I mean, I just blitz that stage on auto. If you're going to do it normally, you'll come through this pretty quickly. So we'll see what else we got. Again, another 20. So I'm going to just skip through this, and what we're going to do is we're going to use some scavenge tokens to see what we can get from using scavenge tokens, and then I'll do some double medium drop leads as well. So there we go. Then we have completed the roadmap. Very quick, very easy. It took me less than 10 minutes, and we gathered. It was close to 500. Well, I think it was over 500, really, wasn't it? So let's see. That would have been 300 just from that, 450 plus close to 300. I guess it would have been around about 1,000. I had 1,695, I think. So, okay, it was around 750, something like that. So, I mean, that's just from completing the stage. Now we're going to farm it. So when we farm, I'm going to show you the test on the farm. I'm going to farm with the tokens first, just to show you what you can sort of get. I won't use silver, because it's not much use in silver. Just to see if we can get anything in particular. 25. Now, I did do this before, and I did get a couple of 100s. So, I mean, it is possible to get bigger numbers, and it, obviously, as you can see, this is really quick to do. Like, doesn't take very long, obviously. So there, I got close to 100 in total, but I have got 100 actual in just one go. So we're out of energy now. I'm going to do a can, and this is where world energy cans can become useful, because I haven't had much use for them in the past, except for maybe like ultra roadmaps and stuff. But I generally am okay with items. So as you can see, So at the moment it's like 25-35 range. We are getting a little bit lower sometimes. I don't think we've got higher than that, right? We're gonna do an entire can here just to see. Yeah, we're getting a couple of 10 and 15s, not too many, but we're getting around 20s to 30s quite a few times. Hitting the 10s as well. Get 4 more in. So obviously this is, I don't know, I kind of see this as a waste of tokens, personally. This is just to get a test in. I mean, I've used, what, 16 tokens? It's going to be the 17th token. So I had 2,400 tokens here. So I got about 300 using a can. And 16 of those. Now I'm actually just going to farm a stage now, and this time I think the best stage to farm is a human stage. As you saw when I was zooming through, the zombie stages you can get them caught up unless you've got a really good range team. I mean, even if you do, you're guaranteed more zombies than humans, and you can one-shot the humans. So this is the highest human stage, which is stage 5. I think the other 2 human stages are stage 1 and 2. I'm not sure if it's different between the stages. I'm going to make a bit more of I don't need healers, so we're going to go for a bit more of a damage dealing team. Put Michonne in there, like just some people who can AoE basically. Maybe this one. I don't even think I need Tyrese. I think I've got a leveled up Abraham. It's pretty much as good as I can get. My weapons are pretty shoddy on this region. We'll just go for getting the rushes up quickly. The damage isn't too much of a big deal. And then we'll go for a medium bonus leader as our friend if any have reset. There's one. So we'll see what sort of drops we're going to get. Obviously I've got Jesus in there who is medium bonus as well. And you can just auto this. It's up to you. But which I'm going to do. But the only time basically you can just untick auto every time you get an AoE rush just to take down a wave. I know I've got Michonne's rush next, so I don't want her using it on this one guy. And this is going to be over because I've got Jesus and Michonne's rush to come. So I'll use Michonne's. Done. So if you've got AoEs, it makes it really quick. And then we've got Jesus and it's done. But you see how quick that was. There wasn't too much slower than actually just auto-complete. Let's see what the token difference is. Well, it's around the same. But you don't waste tokens. I think these salvage tokens, I mean, I prefer to waste, quote-unquote, waste these on things that have high energy, that take a long time maybe. Like when you complete an ultra stage and you just want to use them there, that's fine. That's fine because it takes time, especially the human stages can take time and you actually have to concentrate. This you don't. This you can just auto every single time without too much of a problem and you're done. And I think that's the best way to go forward if you want to farm, is to just get some hard hitters. None of them are going to die. Even if you're I think even if you've only got 3 stars, you should be fine. This doesn't seem very difficult at all. I'm not sure if I can bring up the HP of these guys. I'll try it on the next stage. I have noticed you can bring up some stats. It doesn't show the stats, but I mean their rushes are so weak. It shows you how bad they are. 120% damage. So you should be fine. And I mean that was my 4-star crit for 1,000. So once you've got 9,500 tokens, I'm predicting that we should be able to at least get 1 pull just from doing the road maps. Realistically, 2. I mean, we've got 4 or 5 days of farming. Probably only 4. The last day they probably won't have roam maps because they like to give you a day to sort of redeem, which is fine. But I think you should get enough points, maybe around 20k, and then get 2 pulls. If you farm like I'm gonna farm, you might get an extra pull. I'm gonna farm this quite a bit. I'm not gonna do this 4 times a day. I'm not sure about setting alarms in the middle of the night, but I will do it for 3 times. Try and schedule stuff around that. But I won't farm it 3 times a day. That's the good thing about it being up for an hour and a half. You can maybe farm it one of the times every day, and just make sure you complete it every time. You get like nearly 1,000 tokens every time you complete it, and that's a nice little boost. But that's it. That's the end of this video. Just checking out. I can show you the characters. I guess most of you already know. It's Green Earl, which a lot of people don't like. I have got Green Earl. He is useful for survival roads. He is useful for scavenge missions, and he is useful just for leveling up and getting points in tournaments. I kind of on the surface he looks like a really good buff, but I don't know. Because he's strong. It's not the best. I mean, he's kind of tanky. But when his buff goes up, you're not going to take much damage on human stages, and you're going to dish out quite a lot more. So he's pretty handy, especially if you're struggling. Like, any 5-star is good. If you've not got like a proper kitted out premium team at 5 stars, then he could be useful for you, especially on like world map. The other one is, this is like a former premium character. It was like promoted a couple of times recently. Deal 250% damage and minus 20 AP to up to 4 enemies. I'm not a big fan of that, but again, I mean, he has pretty high damage, 901, low HP, but his damage, I mean, even his defense is pretty high considering his damage is that high. So, and he's got neutralize, which I kind of like, but his weapon's not that great, and I'm not a big fan of his rush, but who knows? I mean, he could become useful. And then there's the older Carl. As you can see, the older Carl here. This is one I like. He's not super. I mean, 350% damage to one enemy and all enemies adjacent. And then a bit of neutralize in there as well. I'm a big fan of neutralize, but yeah, that's pretty strong. I'm just going to show you the 4-star weapon that is probably the strongest weapon in the pack. Just because it's one of the few with a tier 3 upgrade. This is a tier 3 upgrade. 30 crit when HP is more than 70%. That means when the character that's wielding this weapon has more than 70% HP, they get an extra 30 crit. Not so great for like raiding, but it's really nice for farming. You're going to have to get some crit on this though, at least 20%, maybe 30% if you've got extra. Bits and pieces, the 4-star items that are needed, tape and stuff like that. Pretty much everything else doesn't have a tier 4. I mean, these are old weapons. The 30% stuff is okay. Anything with 30 number is okay. Like this one, of course. Next one, defensive deagle. But most of it is just old weapons. Nothing spectacular. But hey, we'll get something for free, and there's a potential there for a 5-star. So cannot complain too much. But that's it. That's going to be the end of the video. You have got 5 days to redeem, and like I said, you probably should get at least 1, maybe 2, just from farming, just from doing the stages. But if you farm just a little bit, you could get your hands on 2, 3, maybe 1 or 2 extra on top of the just sort of like the default amount. So keep surviving, and I'll probably do a video about my pulls, see if I get lucky. Hopefully some of you guys do. And this could be your event if you're one of those guys who says that, no, I never get anything. This could be it. So good luck, and see you again soon.
There's just shit that I've gotta do, so I'm not crying.